Okay, here is 365 Days of Prayer, Part 4. And this one, I contemplated putting some fringe or something on it, but decided to just leave it like this and just decorated the cover with stickers and sealed them in with Mod Podge. So there you have, there's 2 signatures in this one. There are, you can see the difference in all the different signatures, how I did different things. And these are the same crocheted ties that I did on part 3. So I'm not going to re-talk about that. So front pocket, and here's a bookmark, numbers 6, 24, 26 in English and in, it's either Hebrew or Russian. I'm not sure which, but again, these are the cards I get from International Fellowship of Christians and Jews to support the widows. Oh, I've got another pocket there. I forgot to put something in there, so I'll put something in there. Actually, I'll put this in there. So basically a journaling spot, stickers on one side, paper on the other. So perfect. And then I don't need, I'll put something else here. Let's see. I'll put this here. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'll just flip through. You got the same sort of structure as the other ones, pockets, embossed accents, pages. Now, one thing that I am starting to do that I didn't put on any other videos was I'm going to put a writing board in each of these so that even though they're fluffy and large, you can still write on pages that you can write on. So another pocket here, pocket with stuff to write on here, and this I think you can write on as well. So anything that I felt like you could write on, I didn't put any embellishment or stickers or anything on that. But this is how you would use the writing board, and you could technically write on the back of this. It'd be uncomfortable because this started out with 3 signatures, and I had to take one out because it was too big. And I contemplated taking the second one out, but I think it's fine with the 2. I just didn't stuff it as much. So another pocket, and again, things you can't write on, I embellished with stickers. And these are actual coloring pages. I used a 5-hole pamphlet stitch on each of the signatures, and then attach the signatures to each other by sewing the external covers together, and I'll show you that when I get to the end of this signature. So here, so this was the outside cover of the first signature, and this is the outside cover of the second signature, and I basically just sewed these 2 together so that they have a pocket on the inside with more stuff you can write on. And these 2 coloring pages for the butterflies I just cut down and paper clipped in here. So this is the start of the second signature, and you'll notice that I did it differently. For this one, I made the pockets out of the embossed thing, so I didn't need to put an extra embossed thing in there, and just put paper scraps that I cut down to size or tore down to size to fit. I think this is the only signature that I did this on. But I like how this came out, and it doesn't take up as much space, which is why I was able to put 2 signatures in this one instead of just 1. So I might duplicate this procedure elsewhere. This one I didn't put a pocket on because it would cover the decoration. I'm also finding that it's not necessarily a good idea to put pockets on the softer pages because they tend to do like this when you open the book. So I think I finally realized that when I did this one. I only put pockets on the cardstock or the heavier weight paper. And these, since the pockets are so small, I decided to go ahead and stick an extra embossed element in there just to give it a little bit more eye appeal. And the papers in here are just really just random papers that I have extra of that I cut down to size, but they can all be written on, even though some of them are really, really narrow. And this is the final signature, the second signature. This is where I took out the third signature. So again, sewed it together. Coloring page butterfly, something to write on in the pocket. And I thought about putting something in this space just to fill it in, because it kind of makes it lift away from the spine when it's like this. I decided not to. I did remember to put something in the back pocket. It's basically just a card. And a journaling spot or prayer spot. And in this back page is an envelope with the decorations and whatnot, just with little butterfly ephemera and roses that you could color or decorate something else with as you choose. So that's there. And instead of putting anything else back here, this turned out to be the best place to stow the writing board. So I put the writing board. Usually I like to put the writing boards in the front so people know that they're there. But it didn't fit well when I put it in the front. It would stick out further. So I put it in the back. And there you have it. Part 4 of 365 Days of Prayer. And they're also stuffed. There's probably way more than... more than 4 months worth of journaling in here, but I will. I haven't decided if I'm just going to do 2 months each, because I have 4, so 2 months each. That would be 8 months, so I would only need 2 more of this size to cover the whole year, instead of the ones that I had prepared, because I prepared like 14 or 15. Well, prepared meaning I set aside paper and put together the signatures, but I haven't sewn them or anything like that, so I can disassemble them and use them for something else. But this has been a very ambitious project so far. So at least 1 more. So if I do, and this one's probably 4 months because it's got 2 signatures in there. So that would mean I only need to do 1 more book or 2 more books or whatnot. So we'll see which way it goes.